Hello, hello.
Hi, everyone.
Look who's back from traveling.
I'm back. Well, never mind. I ain't going to start rapping for you guys. However, if I would have, my friend Tanya would have known exactly what I was talking about. But anyways, welcome to Real Estate After Dark, where the market never sleeps and neither do we. Your late night source for answers and insight. So we failed to do market updates because we did the credit repair
Last week.
which I had several people reach out to me and thank me for doing that.
Did you?
Yes.
Cool
So,
beans.
Belinda, I don't know if you've heard from anybody, but yeah. So I think 3 different people reached out. Like, that was a great show. It really helped them. They didn't specify how, but I would
Hey, look,
assume.
as long as it helps, that's all that matters, right?
Exactly.
That's what we're here for.
That's why we do it. And
So
yeah, it was very cold. So I was stuck in the camper that night anyway. So it worked out good.
oh,
But
goodness.
anyway, so we're going to do market updates for you since we are 2 weeks behind because we like to do that at the first of the month
Well,
for the
remember,
previous
we did them a week early.
Yeah, but technically though,
But so yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So-
But
but-
this is April's, so
this is April market updates. So join in if y'all have any questions. Doesn't have to be on the market. They can be on anything, whatever you want to talk about. But Adam has put the nice little slideshow together, and he got all the pages this time, along with some more interesting facts that we found out today in team meeting.
yeah.
We were really impressed by, but we keep being impressed by Keller Williams stats. So, but yeah. Anyways, so we're going to start out with Middle Tennessee already.
So yeah, so we'll start off with Middle Tennessee. So overall, this is all of Middle Tennessee. Median sales price is $500,000. It's only down 2%. So that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Closed sales 2,890, down 3%.
But active
Inventory 9,267. That's up 38%.
Mm-hmm.
New listings 5,883, and it's down 2%. Monthly supplies 4.25, pretty much.
Close.
I mean,
Up 34%.
up 34%, and days on market 33, up 20%.
But I think that's because there's so much active inventory.
Yeah, there's so much active inventory, and I mean, I know that it was on the news. I don't know if you saw it because you were out traveling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they said that nationally, the country, April was our worst month in sales, home sales, since 2009.
Wow.
So,
And that's because the media is scaring everybody.
yeah, the media is scaring everybody. I mean, everybody they're, like Mike was saying today, the stuff that they're getting is everybody keeps waiting for this bubble to pop. There's no bubble.
There is no bubble.
There's no bubble. So, it's kind of that, what's going to take and, go from there on that. So, I mean, it's just the market is balancing out overall.
I like that thing, that video you were trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
Today about the market, kind of comparing it to the rain that we've had today, kind of slow and steady.
Slow and steady. It's not the tornado, the tornadoes,
The big
thunderstorms,
thunder, lightning.
thunder and lightning. I mean,
You got to run for cover and shelter.
right.
That
So I mean, comparing that to the market, I mean, several years ago we had to take in. Everybody had to hurry up.
Yeah.
They had to rush.
Yeah.
To take and do
You
anything.
didn't have time to sit and think about, is this house right for me? So,
Hey, Mila.
Hi, Mila. So a lot of people are just sitting and waiting
Yeah.
because they're like, well, let's see what else comes on the market. I like this house, but, there's a couple things that, and then, prior to, it was like, okay, I don't like this, this, and this, but it's a house, So,
Right. And I think everybody's so waiting for the interest rate to come down.
Yeah.
And, the interest rate is the interest rate.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to pay 9, 10, 14,000, like our preferred, in-house lender
Yeah.
mentioned up there, they can get you down into the 5s.
Yeah.
If you want
Yeah.
to pay
If
that.
you want to prepay it.
Yeah, but she was saying, I mean, between 9,000 to 14,000 can get you into that,
A lower interest rate.
lower interest rate if you want to take and buy those points down.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it can happen.
But you can still always ask the seller to buy down your points.
Right.
For the first couple of years. And that buys some time. And, a lender's not going to give you a mortgage unless you can afford it debt to income wise. So it's not like, they're going to say, okay, the interest rate's 7%. So 2 years from now, if we get it negotiated for the seller to buy down your rate, and then the 2 years is up and your rate goes up 7%, you qualify for that. So it's not like they're qualifying you on the 5% that we're buying it down.
Right.
So
They're qualifying you on the higher
but
rate.
if anything were to happen and you started panicking, I can't afford this, sell the house. You've been in it 2 years, sell the house. No capital gains if there's any, gain.
And we know that things are, me and my wife were talking about it. Things are rough right now,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of things that have to be changed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that have to be adjusted.
Yeah.
Some things are going to take longer. Once all this other stuff starts panning out,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to start getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows. I mean, everybody thinks that the first 100 days of presidency, that after that everything should be better, but it's not.
Yeah. It takes.
It's going to take. I think really, truly, it's going to take the first year.
Yeah.
To shake everything out. To get everything,
Mm-hmm.
Where he feels it should be.
Yeah, but who knows?
Right.
Who
We don't know.
knows?
But so we've got Rutherford County.
Yeah. So Rutherford County is down just 1% on median sales price. That's $454,995. So this is the good thing in a sense because the prices are going down a little bit. So the interest rates can
It's going to balance it out.
It's going to balance it out because if there wasn't much inventory on the market, then you're back to the other where you're having to go over list price,
Right.
battling different buyers for one specific house and it not even be your favorite. So it's kind of nice to see things leveling out a little bit. I think that's going to help with the affordability.
Yeah. And Rutherford County, I mean, is probably one of the most affordable counties
Mm-hmm.
still.
Closed sales, though, they're up 4% at 485. Active inventory is up 49%.
Right.
So
New listings 892, and that's up 4%.
months of supply up 36% because we have so much more inventory.
Yeah, days on market is up 20%.
Yeah,
At 32 days.
they're going to sit a
So,
little
I
bit
mean-
longer because there's more to choose from. And it's so the bad thing with much more to choose from is we've been noticing here lately buyers backing out at simple things that they wouldn't have even bat an eye at. But we've had 2 deals over small inspection
Yeah, and
items.
it's, small inspections and some things, I mean, there's some, several things in there that, we could have, I think could have been addressed, probably could have been negotiated
Yeah. But the buyer was
but the
just
buyer
too quick to walk away
too quick.
because
and,
there's other stuff.
they didn't
you
think that what they felt was the amount of stuff that they would have to do in comparison to the price of the home.
Mm-hmm.
They felt they were going to have to put too much money in it, so they
Yeah.
didn't think the house was worth that much.
Yeah.
So, but there's always things that we can negotiate.
Oh, yeah.
They were really quick to do that. So
Mila, what are y'all working on today? Anything? She's been staying busy in Florida.
been staying
her and
busy?
Donnie. Yeah. She's been doing some work on Courtney's, and somebody broke the bed in Chris and Brianna's, the bunk bed.
oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then they're doing work for the people in the condos. You know, we've been trying to get Donnie as our new maintenance man at the condos, and everybody's him-hawing around. But meanwhile, some owners there have been reaching out to them to do some painting and maintenance. So they're getting a pretty good little business based there in
Maintenance
Florida.
business going.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Real quick, I do want to mention Melissa Masarwa. Her and her family have been going through some health issues with her husband that come on all of a sudden, very scary. So just want to let them know we're praying for them, and that ask everybody else to just send a quick prayer up for Mason.
Mila says they're moving storage from one to another.
Moving what?
Storage.
From one to another.
One to another.
What you mean, girl? I'm like, wait, what?
Hold on here.
Moving things.
Moving storage from one to another, she said.
Yeah. I guess
Well,
she means because she's.
But yeah, see how it pops up on the screen?
Oh yeah, that's nice. So that's new.
Mhm.
That's something you.
Yeah, that's what I did the last time.
Yeah,
You said you couldn't see it
I
though,
couldn't
or it was
see
real
it.
tiny.
maybe.
Maybe
Maybe
it's
that's
too
it.
tiny.
Maybe I just couldn't see it because I didn't have glasses on.
Probably.
I didn't even take my glasses or anything with me, but
So
so yeah. So what we were talking about that we found out in the team meeting today was Keller Williams Middle Tennessee numbers.
So this is all of Middle
this is
Tennessee, all of
us.
Keller Williams together.
Yes. We are number one again by listing transactions with 4,860.
Number one by buyer transactions of 5,025.
So we have helped 5,025 buyers in the last 12 months. So
Total
we are
units.
number one in that too.
Yes, so total units, which is both buy and sell,
Mhm.
9,886.
Number? Oh no.
Number one,
In
Yeah.
total volume,
4.1 billion.
we're number two, and that's only by $1 million,
Yep.
right? And that
We're
what
only,
Mike said.
that was, yeah, only by $1 million.
Keller
Leaving
Williams.
storage, so I am moving to a different storage facility.
Ah, okay.
And then Keller Williams market share is 12.6%.
Pretty good. Pretty
So-
good.
You know, really and truly, I mean, working with the best company is,
Well, it makes all the difference in the world too.
Yeah.
I cannot read this, Adam. This is all you.
this is all me, huh?
I cannot see that at all.
So total offices, there's 640 total offices. Sales volume 1.7 billion. I don't know what those numbers are exactly. We should have asked that. But in comparison to
Don't name names.
list and buy side, I'm not. This is year to date.
Wait.
What? You said don't.
Well,
yeah.
we have the numbers. I mean, it is what it is. I was going to say don't name names,
It is what it is.
but
I
they're
mean,
on there. Yeah.
but yeah, they're on. I mean, they're on there. I mean, we're outpacing for market share. We have the most market share.
Yeah.
On both buy and sell.
We know how to
well,
do it.
Parks is showing I believe that is going to be the list side. I don't know. Probably should have done this.
Swelled it up so we could see it.
Yeah. But you can see
Yeah,
Keller
we got
Williams.
the graphs up there.
is doing it. You know, we're number one on that. That's all it is. She doesn't say anything else.
Yeah.
All right, and then this one here is
Opposite security sales volume $218 million. Whew.
yep. So you can see here that we're still, that shows us compared to other stores, offices, stores.
You was reading storage and got you
Yeah,
all puzzled.
Yep.
But yeah, so you can always look back and you probably can enlarge your screen to where you can read those little tiny numbers. But yeah, I think if this was in color, we could have read it better.
yeah. Prior to your buy side. Can't tell whether it's sales volume. I don't know which units. Oh, okay. So total sales volume. So that was our total sales volume is the first one.
Yeah.
This is the units. So you can see that we've got the most units being sold, which is, just compared to all the other locations on this one. And then this one is total sales, no, volume. And so this graph is for our southern middle in Tullahoma,
Okay, that's the
which is,
Tullahoma.
that's
office.
just our Tullahoma office.
So that's a satellite office.
That's our
of
satellite
ours, yeah.
office. Yep. So,
And they are killing it.
yeah, they've only been open, what, 2 years?
2 years.
2 years, and they're already outpacing a lot of the other, offices there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, kudos to them. And that's, with just, a handful of agents there
Yeah,
that are tagged as Southern Middle.
yeah,
They're still part of our office,
Yeah.
but they're broke down into that.
Yeah.
And then total sales volume. Which one did I get? Yep. So that was, don't know which line of words. There's 2 different ones here. This one here is Southern Middle, total sales volume. I think this may be units on this one here. So they've got they're tied. I think it was only by like so much, only a few units on this one here. But now Southern Middle, our satellite office is really, kicking some tail out there.
yeah.
Really doing really good. So, that's just, but they're adding, they've got the Keller Williams values and
Mhm.
culture going, and
Well, and they've got the name, the brand. That's huge,
right,
because I don't know. It's such a well-known company. We're all over the world, so we're not just,
a local.
Yeah.
So,
But these stats are just on our little area here.
right.
But just getting back to the market reports now. What are we on? Murfreesboro?
Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is just this immediate. Who is that?
I don't know.
Sorry, guys. I forgot to apparently silence my phone. Everybody that knows me should know.
You think by now.
Tuesday. But anyways, the median sales price in Murfreesboro is down just 1% at $467,990. Closed sales 302. That's up 11%. So homes are starting to move a little bit.
Yep.
Active inventory 804.
Up 59%.
Wow.
We've got some inventory.
So that means that people are they're not holding on anymore. Like because a lot of people were like, oh, I don't want to let my house go. I don't want to list it because my interest rate was this. I don't want it to go to this. But, I was looking the other day there's some land.
She's always looking at land.
I'm always looking at land. But if we were to buy that land and have a house built, do it as a package deal, buy the land from the the builder that's selling it, but have him build the house. He could build it for about $750. We could sell ours. So even though we've got a good interest rate and tons of equity, we can turn around and list the house while that's being built and capture all that equity, put it right back into this house, and then we're right at where we are now as far as a payoff. So, you know, it kind of makes sense if you do it that way, you know?
Yeah. And I think that's just the hard part for a lot of folks right now is they're not understanding that.
Mm-hmm.
And buyers are they're still waiting for that, you know, for the bottom to fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
And, you know, as Mike said, they're waiting for that bubble to pop, and there's no bubble.
Yeah, it's just not.
There's no, I mean, it's just not going to happen. And that, you know, as much as we hate it, but, you know, as an industry, the interest rate is the interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to change. It's not going to, you know, we've been hoping, we were told for the longest time, but things are just not lining up that the feds are going to take and drop the
Yeah, they
rates.
said something about maybe the next time it's September.
September. So, you know, but yeah, new listings, we had 548 pop on, and that's up 5%. You know, month of inventory, 3.32, that's up 36%. Days on market, 30%. I mean, so days on market is still averaging 30, you know, plus days.
Yeah, which that's not too far off from what it's been.
No. You know, Davidson County, median sales price, 521,000. That's down 2%. Closed sales, 954, down 9%.
Mm-hmm.
So notice Davidson County's down 9%. Rutherford County's up 11%.
Mm-hmm.
We've got people starting to realize that, you know,
Yeah.
they can get some
Affordability.
affordability here in Rutherford County.
Murfreesboro.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is all in Davidson County, though.
Right. That's all of Davidson County. Active inventory, 3,745. That's up 36%. New listings, 1,880, down 6%. So they've lost a little bit of traction there.
Mm-hmm.
In months of supply, they've got 4.8, almost 5%, almost 5 months worth of inventory, up 37%.
Yeah.
And they're sitting at 35 days on market, up 29%.
Which still isn't horrible,
No.
you know? Oh, my finger. All right.
So,
So now we're moving to Nashville specifically. So median sales price $592,500, down 1%. It seems like that's the trend, the
Mhm.
1%.
Yeah.
Closed sales down 9% at 689. Active inventory 2871, up 31%. New listings 1303, that's down 13%. Months of supply 5.1, up 34%. Days on market 37, that's up 31%. That's a lot.
yeah. I mean, and then you go over to Brentwood, which, you know, that's part of Davidson County.
Mm-hmm.
You know, median sales price over just in Brentwood alone is 1.297. You know, that's up 1%. So Brentwood's starting to,
Yeah.
you know, they're holding on.
Mm-hmm.
Closed sales 78, down 17%. So there's a little bit less.
Yeah.
Active inventory 311, they're up 22%. New listings 160, down 16%. Months of supply 4.9, and it's up 37%. And then days on market 31, up 1%.
Mm-hmm. Wonder what the population is in Brentwood versus Nashville. Hey Siri,
Uh-huh.
what's the population of Brentwood, Tennessee?
As of 2020, the population of Brentwood was 45,373.
So about 45,000 ish.
Yeah. So remember that. Hey Siri,
Uh-huh.
what's the population in Nashville, Tennessee?
In 2020, the population of Nashville was 715,884.
Nashville's huge though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, used to you had little cities that weren't considered Nashville, or at least they weren't called Nashville, but now they are. So I think that's why it's so much bigger,
Yeah.
We got Brentwood.
We're on Williamson County.
Flipping it.
So Williamson County, which is just a little bit south of Brentwood, it's $1 million.
No,
Median
Brentwood
sales
is
price.
Williamson.
Is
Brentwood
Brentwood?
and Franklin. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
that's all
Williamson County is Franklin.
and Brentwood
Is Brentwood part of,
and Spring Hill. Some of it.
so they're a little bit,
So it's a
so
good.
they're up 1% on that. Closed sales, 406. So they didn't have anything change.
Movement.
No movement there. Active inventory, 1,328, up 30%. New listings, no movement there, 906. Months of supply, 4.15. That's up 26%. And days on market, 31. So, days on market is averaging about 30 to 35 days on the market.
Yeah.
Franklin, that's 1.75. So 1,075,000
It's the median.
is the median sales price. So
So they're
balanced
not
it.
far off from
Mm-mm.
Williamson as a whole.
Yeah, and that's up 10%. So their prices came up a little bit more. Closed sales, 186, up 8%. Active inventory, 502, up 30%. New listings, so they lost a little bit of traction on new listings. So there's 321, it was down 4%. Months of supply is 3.6, which is,
Up
23%. And again, 31 days
on market.
on market. So,
To be the trend.
and I think, before, what was it? Back in 17, 18, we were averaging about 2 months worth of supply. Wasn't it? A month and a half, 2 months?
In 2017 and 18?
I think so.
I have no idea. I have slept since then.
I think we were averaging about a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah.
So, we've only, inventory is, months of supply is up.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You got options, folks. You have options.
so there's I didn't change it right either. I just clicked on it, but there's the numbers for you there that we just talked about.
Nashville, Brentwood,
Yep. And then there's Williamson County
Franklin.
and Franklin. All right. I'll leave those there for a sec. All right. Wilson County.
Oh, good.
Wake up over there.
Look, we've been traveling. I'm tired.
Got me yawning now.
Well, this rain doesn't help.
No.
I bet everybody's grass is pretty and green.
My backyard's not.
It's not? Oh, because
No,
of Lily running
Well,
back
no, it's for some reason I can't get my Bermuda to
green up.
do anything. It's got a lot of bare spots.
Oh,
So I'm gonna have to figure out something.
you're going to have to catch it all on fire and start again.
Probably. May have to just put something else in there. We went out front, was doing some stuff in the front, and Lily, of course, we can't go out front without Lily just
Yeah,
going berserk. She's got to be right with us.
yeah.
And we let her out, and she just laid out in the middle of the yard,
Oh,
just laid there in the grass, just sat there. We sat on the front porch, just sitting there talking for a few, and she just sat there in the grass, just sitting there looking at us. And it's like she just enjoyed the grass.
Oh,
So I have to start looking at doing something. But
you
Wilson
could
County,
always just put a pool in where the bare spots are. I'm trying, Melissa. Trying to help you out.
well, I got to get some traction going. I need some people to buy some houses. Median sales price, I did take a check with them. I was only, I mean, I can do a payment plan and only pay
Yes, you can.
$200 a month.
Yes, you can.
So
So this is Wilson County, moving on to.
534,900. That's up 2%. So Wilson County's starting to gain some traction. I think it's an affordable area as well.
You know, we talked about this last time. Wilson is moving on up as far as affordability because everybody that, you know, wants Mount Juliet is pushing on to Lebanon. So that's kind of raising the prices there. But
so they've had 278 sales and it's up 8%. Active inventory 764 and up 30%. New listings, they didn't have anything change, 594. So they stayed right there. Months of supply 3.52, up 15%. Days on market 28.
Not even a month.
So
even though they have 3.5 months of supply, that's pretty good.
So we'll bounce back over to Bedford County, which is Shelbyville, War Trace, Bell Buckle.
They're almost up. Their median sales price is almost 100,000 more than Rutherford County.
Yeah.
Not affordable anymore. No, I'm kidding.
Go ahead with Bedford.
Sorry.
Bedford.
Bedford County. So you're looking at median sales price 306,250, down 1%. That just seems to be the norm. Closed sales 56, down 20%. Active inventory 237, up 47%. So we're getting some listings. No, we're not. That's active inventory. New listings are down 32%.
Yeah, only 79 came on.
And
they've got 5.19
months of supply up
67%.
But days on market are 43, down 7%. That doesn't all make sense to me.
No, it's a little, they're a little all over the place. But I mean, they've got it's 306,000. So I mean,
that's very affordable.
I mean, and it's not, I mean, from Murfreesboro, Shelbyville's only what, 25, 30 minutes drive?
Yeah, not bad.
So, I mean.
Well, you know, when my daughter was looking to buy, she moved out to Manchester. That's not Bedford, is it? Yeah, it is. No, it's Coffee.
That's Coffee.
Yeah. But because it was so much more affordable, you know. But then when she sold, I mean, she netted, you know, after her down payment and everything, she still put thousands in her pocket.
Where are these people working to pay these mortgages?
Look, you've watched House Hunters. They raise chickens and farm out goats on the side to buy these $1 million properties. No, I don't know. I mean, yeah, these days it's you know, almost like you've got to
Well, what was it? Something.
However, on a positive note, I was grocery shopping today, and eggs for 18 wasn't even. They were only like $5 and something. So back down to normal. Cheese was only $1 something a
I don't know
pack.
if you call that normal because
The 𝐀𝐝𝐚𝐦's best eggs. That's
we went to Costco and got the big here, the two big, you know, what was that?
things of eggs.
5 dozen or whatever.
Yeah.
Or 6
You eat
dozen.
that many eggs?
Well, the way we've been doing our stuff.
Oh.
But I mean, no, and they were good for like till June was the date on them.
Yeah.
But we only paid like $10 and something for this box.
What?
Yeah, at Costco. We were like, well, looks like going to Costco to get eggs because it was like 10 something.
And even if you don't eat half of them before they go back. My mom, though, she's always, you know, eggs don't go bad, they do
Well,
go
but
bad.
I mean,
But you don't have to eat them by
for
the
the
day.
chest pie last night, we put 4 eggs in it. You
Yeah.
know, we did our breakfast, things, and we make 6 breakfast things, and it's 2 eggs a piece in that. So there's a
Mhm.
dozen eggs right there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we're
smart to buy it like that then.
yeah. So
I just bought 2 18-packs because after all of my cheating on all that food
See?
while I was
we've
gone,
gone to
I'm
Costco
back on
and
the-
gotten you.
you didn't tell me.
Well, you didn't ask. I just told you.
I don't have a Costco card.
Just
I'll-
ask.
I'll let you
And
go by
you
my
just
head.
ask, and Melissa will be more than happy to go with you.
Oh,
I'm sure we can, go on that.
help me get some cheap eggs. We eat a
Mhm.
lot of eggs. I know my husband's so sick of eggs.
Well, we've been eating, trying to eat a little bit better. So, but Coffee County is at 299,950, so pretty much 300,000.
But
And it's
that's
up
up
5%.
5%. Mhm.
Closed sales down, it's 60, and it's down 28%.
Oh my gosh,
Active inventory 273, and it's up 77%.
that's insane.
So people in Coffee County are starting to move.
Yeah, they are.
New listings, it's down, so they didn't have a whole lot come on, but they've got a lot of active inventory.
Yeah.
Months of supply,
Oh.
5.74, up 117%.
Woo!
Ouch.
Days on market,
54.
Up 3.
Mm-hmm. So Tullahoma, this is where our Middle Tennessee, Southern Middle
Yeah.
office is. It's out there in Coffee County, Tullahoma, and they're taking care of Manchester, all the surrounding areas too. Median sales price 298. So I mean, coffee.
We take care of that too.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We go all over the place. I just got some new cars made. Just trying to update my stuff. Hopefully, it should be in this week.
Mm-hmm.
So 298,000, pretty much 300,000, up 5%.
So that's the same as Coffee County.
Mm-hmm. As a whole, closed sales 27, down 36.
Active inventory 147,
Up
up
61.
61. New listings 57, up 30%. So people are throwing some houses on the market there.
Yeah,
Months of supply,
Which is-
6.7.
which is crazy because Coffee County as a whole only had 94, and they were down 10%, but Tullahoma had 57, and it was up
57 of that
30%.
94.
Yeah. But they've got months of supply, 6.7, up 111%.
Yeah,
So
that's because they had so many come
Mhm.
on
42 days
market.
on market there. Dixon County is where we're at.
You gotta put through your slides there. Get
Look, I
that one
can't-
on for me.
I'm multitasking here.
Anybody have any questions for us? Any real estate questions that even if you have a realtor and you're working with somebody right now and you just still have a question?
Yeah, we'd
We'd
be
love
more than happy to answer.
Mhm.
So I got us back on track. We're on Dixon County.
See how long it takes us to get back off track.
So Dixon County, that's what Dixon County is west of Nashville,
Um,
isn't it?
why am I drawing a blank?
I don't know. Me too. Median sales price 380,000. They're up 3%. Closed sales 70, and they're up
Damn.
down 17%. Active inventory is up 45% at 240 active listings.
Wow.
New listings 157. They were up 2%. So they've had some movement going on out there. Months of supply 4.34.
That's up
Months worth of supply
52.
up 52%. Days on market only 23.
And that's
That's down
down 38%.
38%.
So homes do not stay on the market in Dixon County. So if you
No.
got something out there you want to sell, probably gonna need to find you something before you list.
So, and then Franklin County, go ahead.
Franklin median sales price, 375, up 19%. Closed sales, 67, down 7%. Active inventory, 260,
Up
18%. New listings, 118 at
No change there.
0%. And months of supply, 4.7, up 20%. Days on market, 58, up 49, almost 50%. So that's Franklin County. So that's some of Tullahoma.
Yep.
Chapel Hill. Is that
Yeah.
some of Chapel Hill, maybe? Humphrey.
Humphreys is 220,000.
Humphrey.
220,000 for median sales price, down 14%.
What did she say? Would recommend to buy.
I
in
recommend
Fort
to buy
Walton.
in Fort Walton Beach right now.
Yes. Come on. I got a great realtor.
Closed sales in Humphreys County was only 17 closed sales, down 32%. Active inventory is up 71% with 80 active listings.
Mm.
They had 33 new listings come on, up 6%.
Look at
Months of supply, ouch, 6.15 months worth of supply. So it's almost 6.25, up 131%.
Pretty much 130. Yeah, 131.
And they're clicking close to, they were down 11% on days on market at 59 days. So homes are sitting pretty good out there.
Mm.
But even with that median sales price, it's
220,000.
yeah. Lincoln County, 235,000, down 5%. Closed sales 39, up 11%. Active inventory, it's only 130 homes, up 66%. They had 63 new listings, up 50%.
Hmm.
Months of supply 4.19, up 23%. Days on market 71, and they're at 134%.
Woo.
They are creeping along out there.
Mm-hmm. It's just because it's such a rural area,
It is.
so it's kind of far
It's
from
very
a lot of
rural.
things. Some people, they love being so far away from things, but then others, they want to be close to the grocery store, and I get
Yeah.
it.
Let's see.
Marshall County.
Marshall County. Yep. Now that's Chapel Hill,
Yeah.
in that area. So go ahead.
Median sales price, 358, 552, up 8%.
Hi, Bo.
Closed sales. We got some fans outside the window. I'm going to flash them. Wait, I done lost train of thought. Lord have mercy. Closed sales, 48, down 20%. They came back for more.
Bo was.
Yes.
So what happens when we have a window?
This is true. We're open to the world. Active inventory, 175, up 38%. New listings, 112, up 20%. Months of supply,
0.92,
0.92.
almost 5 months worth of supply.
Yeah, up 60%. And days on market, 45, up 23. So I've noticed as my glasses slide down, the worse my vision gets.
Andrew, she needs some new glasses.
Oh,
Need to make her go get some new
I
glasses.
need help. So, but all in all, Marshall County is looking pretty good.
Yep.
I like Marshall County.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got beautiful countryside.
it does. It's pretty out there. And I mean, I don't think the homes are really that.
That's not that pricey.
No, and it's not. But what? I mean, for that drive is still maybe about 45 minutes
Mm-hmm.
ish.
Yeah. Well,
So-
depending where at, of course, in Marshall County,
Yeah.
and where you're trying to get to.
If Jennifer was on, I'm sure we could ask her, but she's not on there tonight. So Murray County,
Median sales price 432, holding steady. Closed sales 201, up 2%. Active inventory 699, up 59%. And new listings 403, up
6%.
6%. I keep thinking the percentage says 96. Months of supply 4.28, up 46%. Days on market 33, up 21%. So 33
they're-
days on market's not bad.
No, they're doing pretty good out there. And that's Columbia,
Some at Chapel Hill.
some
So,
of
like,
Chapel Hill,
side,
probably.
Mount Pleasant, probably. Mount Pleasant. So you got,
Mount Pleasant is up north.
no, you got Columbia, Mount Pleasant, and then,
Oh, yeah. Pleasant View is
yeah, Pleasant Museum.
by Springfield.
Yeah.
Too many of these
Is Lawrence,
similar. Nope, we got
Lawrenceburg part of Murray? Maybe a tad of it.
Tad. So we've got Moore County. And they're not too, median sales price, 545,000, up 28%. Moore County's coming up. They've had 100% closed sales of 14.
Wow,
So they finally got some homes sold out there.
nice.
Active
Way to
inventory, 39, up 42%.
New
New
listings.
listings, 14,
Up 8%.
up 8%. Well, they sold all the ones they got, so they had to put some new ones on there.
They did.
Months of supply, 3.47, and they're down 26%. Days on market, 65,
Up 37%.
up 37%.
Which is weird because there's not anything out there.
I know. So as you can see, we are confused about the market.
The median,
So,
it is on a case by case basis. That's the thing. It's like every deal now has to be very strategic.
it is. Sellers have to price it right.
Mm-hmm.
They have to market it. It has to be marketed right.
Yeah.
It has to be strategically.
Yeah.
You can't just throw a house up there and expect it to sell.
No.
Everything has to be exactly perfect on it.
Yeah.
Sumner County, which is Gallatin,
Hendersonville.
Stallion Springs, Hendersonville, median sales price 449,500, and it's down 3%. Closed sales 322, down 7%. Active inventory is up at 31% with 944 homes on the market. New listings 680, down 7%. Months of supply 3.66, almost 4 months, and it's up 34%. And days on market 31, and it's
21.
up 21%.
Oh, 31. I quit. I
So-
quit because I can't see.
There you go, folks. It's you can see the averages. There, more rural areas are taking
Yeah,
longer.
take longer.
you
But
know.
more affordability.
Yeah.
So it just depends what you're looking for.
But it's not. This market is not like it was several years ago.
No, and the market,
It's
It's
not
always
like you got to hurry up and look. Buyers are able to get into homes, walk around, think about it.
think about it. Used to
And I
when
think
they
that sometimes they
say,
overthink, but
yeah, when they used to say, I'm going to sleep on it, and then the house will be gone.
Mhm.
Now you can actually sleep on it.
Well, the deal we've got with our duplex.
Yeah.
They were under contract on a condo.
Yeah.
And we had a first right of refusal on it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we had to let it go.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't get the condo didn't sell yet.
Yeah. But then the listing agent liked working with me so much that she reached out and she's like, hey, may be falling through because the buyers are talking about walking away, which goes back to what I was saying. You know?
Well, that's, those are the things that we're talking about. I mean, everything has to be really, really done strategically well,
Yeah.
negotiated really well. And then, of course, it comes with working with each other as
You gotta
an
be-
industry. We
yeah.
have to work.
A team so that you can, so she knew that our clients really liked the home.
Yeah.
But they had to sell their house in order to buy it. So, we can't hold up their house from selling if ours
No.
isn't selling. So there's just a lot of moving parts. But now, we get an offer, and the day before we get the offer, she contacted me that the deal might be falling through.
Right.
So to check to see how everything
ours
was going. And at that time, there was no talk of offer or whatever. So I called her today and I'm like, hey, where are we at? Because we got an offer. And she's like, oh, well, they're sending over a release.
Yeah.
For
So, I
earnest
mean,
money. So it just,
nothing is set in stone until it closes.
Yeah, no.
I mean, absolutely, until it's, so I think as agents, we used to, when a home used to say under contract showing or under contract not showing,
mhm.
you used to take and just say, look, there's no sense in wasting time to look at it. But now it's calling that agent saying, hey, where are you at in the process?
Yeah.
How well is it going?
Mhm. Have all contingencies been met?
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah.
because we can still get them in it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still that possibility.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're down to 8 minutes. And,
Wow.
so.
Anybody have any questions?
Yep.
Mala, how was your beach day? Did you enjoy it? Her daughter and son-in-law came down and they were going to go to the beach yesterday.
I'm ready for some beach time.
Yeah. Well, your anniversary's coming up, apparently.
Yeah.
You've added the app to my computer thinking I'm going to be able to figure all this out.
Well, you're going to have to figure it out.
I'm going to FaceTime you. You're going to help me. So, sorry,
Well,
Melissa.
I've got
I've
that
got
trip. I've got that trip in June. And that's the beach
Is that the
beach
one?
party.
Wait,
And when I'll be in Michigan.
is that when you're telling me you can't do it?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to balance that one out because I'll be at the beach party. So you may have to just be at the beach party with me.
Hey, we'll be at the beach party. Hey, what'd she say?
We really had a good time.
Oh, good. Did they go back today or are they still there? She is, they're rooting for grandbabies. We keep cheering them on. Come on, you can do it. Oh,
Today.
that's sad. We was talking about, the kids. So they lived in Tennessee, Parsons. That was the land that they sold. Now that they moved to Florida, they see the kids more than
When they were here.
than they were here.
It's because they're at the beach.
I know, but I said it's funny because me and Mila are a lot alike. It's like we're not gonna expect the kids to spend every waking minute with us. We don't want to be selfish, but it is nice when they want to spend time with you. You can't pass that up.
No, it's what our kids, my son and daughter-in-law are coming up this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They come up at least once a month, and they were talking about wanting a boy.
Oh, yes. He looks anything like Donnie. He will be handsome.
And so, all right. So who's got some questions out there? Lay them on us. What we got?
Oh.
Nothing?
Don't come all in at one time now.
No.
Well, people hop on, they hop off.
Yeah. And it's, the shows are they're
They're
recorded.
recorded, so you can
And they
always
stay
go
on
back.
for a certain amount of time because
Mhm.
I get notifications of
When
them
they're going to be
that
deleted.
they're going to be deleted.
But on YouTube, you can also find them on YouTube,
Yeah,
Real Estate
They're on
After
YouTube.
Dark, and they do not go
we
away
need to
there.
double check and make sure they are going on there because I know there
I
was.
thought you said that last week and the last week.
Look here now.
Look,
I
before we
can't do
leave
all the
tonight,
technical stuff.
yes, you can.
Phew, Lordy.
So
I
when we
gotta
get
keep
up
her
here, you
technically
gotta look at
Challenge.
YouTube.
She's technically challenged. I got to deal with it all day.
Well,
You know what I mean, Andrew.
You know, some of these things are good.
Andrew, you
information.
may have to just come up here on the week of the 16th and
The 16th
July
of
1st
what?
of June.
That's like coming up. Is that your beach?
No, the 16th of June is when I'll be up there in Michigan. And I'll be at the beach party on that Tuesday.
You just gonna have to take me to the beach. That's all I gotta say.
I had a ticket. You could have gone. I could get you a ticket to it. And you can make,
Won't you have your computer with you?
I'll have my computer with me.
Well, then all you gotta do is send me the link.
I won't have the camera. You've got it's on your computer too. You're gonna have to work, Lordy.
Look, I have been gone and I have shown up every Tuesday. Look, y'all gotta give him crap. So, anyways, well,
You only showed up because I've handled it. And all you had to do was click a button on your phone, a link. So, but
anyway, so remember, shoot a prayer up for the Masarwa family.
Definitely.
And yeah, so keep the emails coming. Questions, I haven't gotten any in the last 2 weeks. So don't forget, our email is down there at the bottom, realestateafterdark.kw@gmail.com. Send any kind of question.
Come on, chicken, children, play nice.
what children? We ain't got no children here.
I'm gonna. You know who she's talking about. Tell him, Mila. Better be good to your friend. No. But anyways, well, we love y'all. We thank y'all for joining us every Tuesday, and we'll come up with a good topic for next week. Throw your suggestions in the comments section right there, or shoot us the email.
Yep.
Meanwhile, if you're looking to
Buy or sell
or
or
invest,
invest.
give us a call. Bristol Reagan, Keller Williams, 615-956-5250, licensed here in Tennessee and Florida.
Yep. And a.mullen with Keller Williams and 615-713-8600. You know, have a good night and stay dry and sleep well in
Stay
in the rain.
handsome and beautiful.
See
And
y'all next week.